Good morning!
Hello!
Good morning. Welcome back, all you Regs and all you Shinies. Welcome to the most mediocre podcast in the Star Wars universe, the 1313 Podcast. I'm Tommy.
I'm Jacob!
And I'm Jackson, and we do have Jacob back this week. Woo!
We were able to afford to rent Jacob for the weekend.
I know.
Weekend. So, Jacob, how have you been? It's been a long time.
I'm doing okay. I was sick, and now I'm not.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it.
We chilling. We pimp chimping.
That's good. So, it's been definitely a while since the three of us have been able to sit together for a Star Wars podcast.
I didn't get the comfy chair anymore. It felt weird sitting on the end and looking at the camera and seeing me all the way over here. I was like,
hey man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just glad that me and Jackson don't have to be carrying the podcast because my back has been getting tired. Just saying. Man, you just a side character now.
With that, it was good seeing y'all.
no, Jacob, don't back up shit. Don't want you backing up into the figures. You're gonna hit Palpatine.
Everybody that's listening to the audio only is so confused.
So a lot has happened in the last week, as usual. First and foremost, as of this morning,
Yes.
when we woke up, we hit 200 subscribers on YouTube.
Which we would like to happily announce that we will be doing our 200 subscriber giveaway. It's a very special giveaway. We will be giving away the General Leia Organa in our collection. I'm joking. We're not doing that. We're not going to put you through the pain of that. I wanted to see a reaction because you're going to be like...
I was like, I didn't know that this was going to be a thing. I didn't know we were doing a giveaway.
I was just sitting there going, no.
Every single week, my dad's been all like, you should give away this extra Leia Organa figure that we have because I frankly don't want it anymore.
Yeah, sometimes we put her on like one of the arm stands so it looks like her corpse is floating in space.
You've never seen that?
No.
It's been like that so many times in here. I don't know where she is
so
now.
funny.
She's probably hiding behind BB-8 up there.
That's so funny.
But, no.
So...
If you want it, you can have it. Send us a DM. Be like, give me Leia. We'd be like, give us $1 and she's yours.
So yeah, but we hit 200 subscribers. We cannot thank you enough.
Yes.
This has been absolutely surreal how quickly we've been growing. And we're so excited to bring you more weekly Star Wars cringe. I mean, content. Again, we want to just shout out a few people before we get into the main agenda.
Absolutely.
First, we want to shout out of the Basement for having us on their live stream this past Sunday. That was a lot of fun. We have some good clips and memes for the podcast we've been sharing around the Discord since then. So if you want to tune into that, go check it out. It's on Out of the Basement's YouTube channel. We had a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Yes. Ton of fun.
And then also shout out to The Chosen One, a Star Wars podcast, who we did our Have a Chat with this past Thursday. That was also a really good conversation.
That was very, very fun.
He's a gentleman from Northern Ireland, so that was our first Have a Chat from the UK. Or anywhere that's not from the States, really.
Yeah, I didn't think Ireland was part of the UK. Wasn't that like the big, like, don't touch me Britain thing?
It's always been them in Scotland.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, boss. I don't really pay attention to European
I don't get European politics. It's weird.
People go, oh yeah, Brexit? And I'm like...
so where are we going to breakfast?
So where we go? We apologize to David Edge and all of our other UK listeners and users.
David Edge, everyone else who's from the UK, we love you guys. You guys just drive on the wrong side of the road, and that's okay. We're not too mad about it. So let's talk some Star Wars, shall we?
For sure.
For sure.
So first and foremost, there is a new weekly Star Wars content drops.
Which isn't that bad in my opinion. Okay, because then look at the first week though. I mean, we literally had 2 pop figures, like a sweatshirt and some Crocs.
And some
Crocs!
and sunglasses.
Oh yeah, and the sunglasses.
Where are you
But,
seeing
like,
this at?
It's called Bring Home the Bounty.
Yes.
It's every Tuesday from this past Tuesday until the day before the premiere of the Book of Boba Fett. So December 28th will be the last day.
And where can people find these product reveals at?
StarWars.com.
Yes.
Wow.
It's every Tuesday. I'm pretty sure Tuesday is the day of the reveal, when they'll reveal the items that will be available for order on Wednesday. So with our luck, there's probably going to be some sort of Black Series figure mixed into it. And so if you go to StarWars.com, additionally, there's like a huge page of like holograms of like different themes that they might try to do. So like a lot of them are Mandalorian characters, so it'll probably be more centered around the Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett.
Well, because the Book of Boba Fett is directly tied in with the Mandalorian.
Yeah. So one of the like holographic heads though is Captain Rex. And so they teased before saying that like we'll get stuff from the Bad Batch. So I feel like Rex could represent the Bad Batch, considering there's none of the other members' helmets or icons. And then what I think is very important as well is that in December there is a hologram of a video game controller. And so in December, that's when IGN was reportedly saying that EA is supposed to give an update of some sorts on what the new Star Wars project will be.
Do you want to know my hypothesis on that?
Sure.
I think that they just made that up, and I think that a lot of people are making that up. I think that December 14th will be some sort of reveal for Star Wars Hunters. That, like, Overwatch-style game.
Oh, well, yeah, that is true.
Because that game is supposed to come out, like, in the winter.
Crap.
Which could bleed into January. So I think that it's going to be that. I think that people are just blowing that way out of the proportion. Personally, that's just me, though. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, that is fair. I mean, I'm not saying that IGN's a reliable news source to begin with. But, like...
I mean, we be having our beef with IGN
and that's not
from
a
time
diss,
to
that's
time.
A fact.
No, that's
a
a diss.
fact.
No, I mean,
a diss.
It's a diss and a fact.
We diss an IGN.
Yeah, for calling the Slave One, saying that it was the Spitfire. That's just simply not true. We went over that.
Yes, we went over that before.
In other news, I checked out the some of the products revealed for this week, and there's quite a bit of them. But the one that caught my eye were the Grogu Crocs. These things are ugly. Whoever is editing this, can you please put a picture of the Crocs up on the screen?
Oh, of course I can.
Tommy,
so everybody can behold how ugly these are. They are atrocious. They are terrible.
Bro,
they are gross.
I'll let you walk out the house in those.
Yeah, that's like dementia-ridden grandma shoes. That's like the only people that would wear those.
So here's what I'm going to go ahead and say.
Yeah.
That because last week's was a Stormtrooper helmet, and this image, I probably flashed it on the screen already by now. This image shows a different like helmet, like Jackson was saying, for each week. Next week is also a Stormtrooper helmet, just like this last week.
It's a Mando helmet.
It's Mando's.
Oh, on my picture, it has all of them together.
It's double Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Hold on. Click your screen so it don't start fading.
So on the actual StarWars.com, it goes Stormtrooper, Mando, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka.
Okay, so it looks like they match up after that second one.
Yeah.
So I think that the week 4, where it's the Ahsoka head, is going to be the Ahsoka Black Series figure.
That could be.
And it's going to be an exclusive.
Wait, to the North Pole.
You got Rite Aid.
It's gonna be a North Pole exclusive. You gotta ask Santa for it on your wish list and put it in that mailbox at Macy's. And if you've been a bad boy, you ain't getting it.
No, frickin'. I don't think that would make sense considering that Ahsoka's a part of the common wave.
Is she though?
Yeah, according to Yak, the next common wave.
According to Yak, although.
That is a reliable source.
I trust Yak. Yak is a reliable source.
It could probably just be like, oh, what if it's like her universe stuff?
True. That's true too. But I think that honestly, I just pray that most of them don't have to do with things that I would want to get. Because I really am tired of having to spend money.
What if for the Rex Day they made another Rex pop figure?
And I would not buy it.
That would dissipate off shelves as soon as it hit.
Bro, it would evaporate.
It would go.
Scalpers be like, ooh, bots.
But I'm excited for week 8 because the symbol for week 8 is a Gonk droid with a Christmas bow on him. So what if we got, for the Christmas line of Black Series figures, what if we got our first Gonk droid and it was wrapped like a present?
Oh, that'd be sick.
That would be cool.
Black Series Gonky?
Yeah.
Black Series Gonky from the Bad Batch.
That would be cool.
The Bad Batch Deluxe with Gonky.
Mm-hmm.
So that's bring home the bounty.
Bring home the
bring it home.
Yeah.
Bring it home.
StarWars.com/bring-home-the-bounty.
Don't bring home the Grogu Crocs.
Don't bring home the Grogu.
Don't bring those home.
Yeah.
Bring those to the trash compactor.
Keep your eyes open every week for that. I feel like.
Yeah, but it'll be something for at least people to look forward to, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Mando Monday type thing.
Yeah,
it really
but
is.
It's Star Wars Tuesday.
They just couldn't come up with something clever for Tuesday.
Well, I mean,
they
if
just
it-
said,
Bring home the bounty.
Probably what they're gonna do
That's
when the
not bad.
Ahsoka show comes out is gonna be Tano Tuesday.
Take home Tuesdays.
Tano Tuesday.
Take out Tuesdays.
Garbage Crocs Tuesdays.
Wake up, Mr. West Wednesdays. They should have that.
That would be.
That's
fun.
going to be what happens when the Book of Boba Fett comes out. It's going to be Wake Up, Mr. West Wednesday. Because I'm going to be waking up at the crack of
He's
dawn.
gonna be like, oh.
Boom. No, we're gonna be back from school by the time that comes out.
Yep.
That'll be nice.
Yep. Absolutely. So,
All right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That was cringe. That was
Hey, bro.
cringe.
I haven't been here for a couple weeks. Y'all had your
Oh,
share
yeah,
of
you haven't been
cringe.
here, so you got to catch up on your cringe,
Yeah,
right?
Jackson with the Loath Cat, you with your diss track. That was awful, by the way.
Jacob, do you want to talk about what happened during one of the previous episodes that you were so mad about? The Lego special.
Oh yeah, I have to do a PSA. I'm sorry.
No, dude, talk about the Lego special. I want to hear your thoughts.
I have to do a PSA
Oh.
for Jackson and his absolute buffoonery. So one of the terrifying tales is about the Wookiee's paw, and you have been misinformed. You have been misled because this utter stooge has led you to believe that it was in connection with a rabbit's foot. What? He was like, okay,
Jacob,
in the
don't knock
episode.
the table.
Wah! In the episode, Jackson kept comparing the Wookiee's paw to a rabbit's foot, which is just incorrect. The entire thing was a reference to Edgar Allan Poe's story, The Monkey's Paw, which I thought would be quite obvious since it's a hairy animal's paw.
Sorry, I don't indulge in Edgar Allan Poe.
Jackson's like, sorry, I don't indulge in literature. This dude, you had to read it in middle school.
No, I didn't.
What?
I had to read Telltale Heart, and that was it.
Get a load of this guy.
Get a
Anyway,
load of this fella. Get a load of this nerd.
Jackson, do you see where we're sitting? You're calling me a nerd? We are on a Star Wars podcast. Anyway.
It doesn't make us nerds. It just makes us educated young fellows.
Sure.
If you are a Star Wars fan and you get called a geek or a nerd, you just reply with no. I'm an EYF. I'm an EF, an educated young fellow.
No, I can only imagine the bullying that would ensue after that.
Yeah? Let me know.
Let us
Want
know
me
in
to
the
let me know?
comments how much you get bullied by saying that you're an ETH.
No, I'll let you know Monday morning when I show up to PT and I'm like, hey everybody, I'm an educated fellow for liking Star Wars, and everybody in my battalion's like, ah!
But no, Jackson has been misinformed you. It is The Monkey's Paw by Edgar Allan Poe. No, there's that, and then other thoughts on the Terrifying Tales. I liked it a lot. I liked all the references to horror movies. There was a lot to mostly Alien for all the Horde stuff, and a lot to The Shining, but that was kind of obvious with the Here's Johnny type scene. And plus half like the advertising has been around The Shining and Alien. They've done 2 posts on the Star Wars Instagram that I've absolutely loved, which are like movie poster rips of The Shining and Alien, which are like 2 really, really good horror movies. I'm not sure. People don't call Alien a horror movie, but I think it is. It's probably one of my favorites.
It absolutely is a horror movie. At least the first one.
People say that they're like more thrillers. I feel like that's more on the Alien versus Predator
What's the
side of
difference
things.
between a thriller and a horror movie?
Well, a horror movie makes you want to like cry yourself to sleep. A thriller is just like a movie that gets your heart pumping.
Like that?
Yeah. Like,
This don't make one bit of sense.
horror movies
This
are
don't make one bit of
horror
sense.
movies are more gruesome in a way. Jurassic Park is a thriller because you could take
That's
your
a
kid-
horror movie.
No,
bro.
no,
That's a
no.
horror
You can take
movie.
your kids to see that. You can
Bro,
take your
Jackson, you afraid
Jackson-
of lizards. I don't want to
Jackson,
I don't wanna
Jackson,
hear it,
the
bro.
difference is that they make children's toys for Jurassic World, and they do not make children's toys for Friday the 13th.
Yes, they do.
They make big
Yes,
boy.
they do.
They make big boy toys.
They make children's toys.
They
for
make
Friday
big boy
the
toys.
13th.
They're big boy toys, Jackson. They're big boy toys.
I'll call it Justin from out of the
Bro.
basement.
Bro,
Y'all gotta
They're
kill me.
toys. You're lying to yourself. They're
bro,
toys.
You knock this stuff over again, I'm gonna knock you out.
Jacob,
Alright, bro.
chill with it.
So this is a Star Wars podcast, right?
Yeah.
So we should probably talk Star Wars.
No.
There's a new show. It's called Galaxy of Creatures. It's on Star Wars Kids.
I
YouTube
did see
channel.
that. Isn't that the one with the pit droid?
Yeah, I
Okay,
watched the
yeah.
trailer.
Okay.
It looks so fun. It looks so much fun.
I didn't
Show it to
really
your
watch the trailer.
kids.
I'm gonna watch it. Forget your kids. I'm gonna show it to myself.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
It means he's gonna watch
No,
it.
what do you
means
mean
I'm
by
gonna-
forget your kids? What do
Forget
you
your
mean
kids.
by
Leave
that?
them. Just go. Leave. Go
No,
wherever.
leave
Go
them-
live your life.
Leave them in the car, go into Walmart. It's a hot Arizona day. It's 105 degrees, but they'll be okay. Their brains are just malleable.
You talking like a smooth brain today, Jacob.
What?
I'll tell you that.
What you talking about? I'm
I'll
a
tell you
great
that.
parent.
For legal reasons.
For legal
Do not
reasons.
take anything that we say.
Literally.
Literally.
Uh-oh.
Officer, I plead the fifth. The 1313 podcast told me to leave my kids in the car.
Somebody would use that. Somebody would.
Yeah, they would plead insanity, and they would be like, the 1313 podcast, they made me do it.
And then we'd be in
And then we would
trouble.
really blow up.
Kaboom.
But yeah, I'm excited for this. I don't have much else to say on that. I'm just excited for it. I
Yeah.
watched the trailer on Twitter. I
It's
thought
Star
it was
Wars
really cool.
content. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it talks. I saw in the Tauntaun bit that it's now. I don't know if this was ever actually canon, but it was. You know those concept art images where the Tauntauns were like under the ice in these like underground caves that had plants in them.
Okay, yeah.
That's canon now. Like they showed that. I don't know if that was canon already, but I know that it was always like speculated. But yeah,
Very neat.
And also, for that new series, they're coming out with a line of plush toys. Like Jax, you could grab the Ewok or something off the shelf since you're the closest. So they did these things at Target where they were like these little plushes and stuff for different creatures. They're doing an entire new line specifically for all the creatures that are being covered in the episodes on Star Wars Kids.
nice.
That'll be kind of
So-
lit.
That will be neat.
So the ones I saw were like the Rhinoc, like the thing that flies, the Rancor, Tauntaun.
You mean the Mudhorn?
No, Rancor.
I thought you said the Rhino thing.
No.
Oh.
And then there's one for the Blurred. So they look nice. They're geared towards kids. So
Better than the other Galaxy's Edge plushes, I hope.
no, those weren't bad.
Well, the Lothcat's awful.
No, it's
What
not.
do you mean the Lothcat
It's-
is awful?
It's literally a 2D image printed on two sides of fabric and they stitched it together.
Yeah.
Like when I think of a plush like the Ewok I just pulled out, I think of like a teddy bear. Like something like that, like a kid could like sleep with that night. The Lothcat ain't something a kid could sleep with that night.
Jackson, the whole point of
Dylan
that,
is something you could use.
yeah, but the whole
Don't
point.
you dare touch that Lothcat, Jackson.
Yeah,
I'm
Jackson.
gonna touch that Lothcat.
No.
I'm gonna touch that
You're banned-
Lothcat.
You're banned from touching
I'm gonna
Lothcat,
touch that
Jackson.
Lothcat.
The whole point of those,
Son
those lines of plushes were to look like they're handmade, like they're easy to make,
Yeah.
because they're like the whole thing is in. If you would read.
No
the
wonder this
Spire
dude
book.
keeps falling down. He's a teehee trooper. Man
I like-
goes Michael Jackson.
I like that we kind of coined that phrase with Lucanus Monster and like Out of the Basement as well are using it. And for those of y'all who didn't see the previous episode that we did or the Out of the Basement live stream, when we refer to a character having to teehee pose, it's when you got a Michael Jackson lean it forward like that so it can like properly balance.
You're so proud of that joke.
It's so funny.
Jackson is doing stand-up comedy. Tickets are available on 1313podcast.com.
New merch, and it's just a picture of Jackson with bent ankles, and it says TT on it.
Dude, we should hire someone to draw merch for us. Actually, we know people who could draw it for free.
Yeah.
1313 merch
let's
on the
extort
way.
them.
1313 merch on
Maybe
the
at
way.
500.
Maybe we could do limited edition merch.
Maybe we'll get feedback from people, and if people are like, "I would buy that," and we get more than 2 people that would buy that, maybe we can make it.
Maybe we can accommodate.
Maybe we can make it work.
Anyways,
Anywho,
Star Wars
Yes.
podcast sometimes.
YouTube.com/1313podcast.
Spotify.com.
Listeners to the list.
Next on the list, so our topic this week is who we think are the top 3 best villains in Star Wars.
Yep.
Halloween's coming up. It's getting a little spooky. The dark side, kind of spooky. Ah! Sorry, you scared me.
That was cringe.
So, but you know, sometimes Star Wars do it is a little spooky. So we decided let's do something with the dark side. So let's talk our top 3 Star Wars villains. And for me, my list is in a particular order.
Okay.
So 3rd, 2nd, 1st.
Mine is in no particular order.
Neither is mine.
All right.
So we'll just start with 3rd.
My number 3, Moff Gideon.
Ooh.
You have something I want,
You may think you have some idea of what you are in possession of.
but you do not. And soon it will be mine.
Moff Gideon is, as a man who is only 5'8", Moff
My fella
Gideon...
really had to bring his height into this.
Moff
because
Gideon...
I relate because he's short like me.
Moff Gideon does a really good job, even though he's a physically small guy. He's my height. His intimidation that he brings to the screen makes him feel so much bigger. He is extremely intimidating, and he's extremely cunning. I think that if you pit him against different Star Wars villains, I think that he comes out on top, not by strength, but by smarts. Plus, on top of that, he used to be an ISB agent, so he's, as Jackson says, intelligence says.
The intelligence.
So
Shut up. I'd have sock you where you sit.
Watch
But,
Family Assault on the 1313 podcast.
domestic dispute on the 1313 podcast. So Moff Gideon, just all around for me. He's a newer villain too, so I feel like I'm a lot more immersed with Moff Gideon and his story as opposed to like Star Wars villains that I grew up with.
Yeah.
He's just very different. Like he has the influence on his people that are his subordinates to literally kill themselves for the sake of the Empire. Like in season 2 of that episode of Bo-Katan, he goes, what does he say to those officers?
Foot in the ground.
Something about the Empire.
I don't know.
Long live the Empire. And then like the dude just hits his like electrocyanide pill. And I thought, wow, the fact that he has that kind of influence on them, that like he doesn't even need to physically be there, they'll just do that. And that he can make people be like that invested in the Empire is insane. So I think he's a really good villain. I think that especially for the cast of The Mandalorian, I think that he's a very formidable foe. And I think, like I said, if you were to put him anywhere in Star Wars, I think he would remain a formidable villain. So Moff Gideon's my number 3. Also, disclaimer, Thrawn is not on my list because I don't consider Thrawn to be a villain. I consider him to be more of like an anti-hero.
He's on my list.
Okay.
I
just saying, like, because if Thrawn was on my list, if I considered him a villain, he would be on my list.
Okay.
That's my disclaimer.
Got it. I know. I also, for my list specifically, I tried thinking of things that you guys would pick and not picking this, so we didn't have a ton of repeats.
I was gonna say like that we shouldn't pick Darth Vader, but I was like, that'd just be disrespectful to a list.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's my number 3.
All right.
Moff Gideon, 3rd best Star Wars villain in Star Wars.
All right, Jacob, let's go.
I'm gonna put these in order. My number 3 is Emperor Palpatine.
Ooh, the big bad guy.
Number 3.
Yeah. Well, it's just because
Whatever.
It's favoritism. It's not
favoritism.
by actual statistics.
It's favoritism.
Bro.
Whatever.
It's not by
It's okay to be wrong. I'm not mad.
Okay, buddy. I'm putting Palpatine at my number 3 just because I think he deserves to be on the list for the biggest bad guys of all time. I think it's cool how he's pulled the strings all throughout the years and every single era of Star Wars, and he's always been there. He's always been the big bad guy. Plus, I think his theme, like his musical theme, is like it's the best.
Oh.
Stop! That's copyright. That's copyright.
Oh,
You're gonna knock over the figures again.
1313 podcast gets fined for copyright.
Dude, watch the video get claimed for copyright
Dude,
purposes.
your singing was so good for the Palpatine theme that we had to copyright you guys.
But no,
I think Palpatine. He's just the biggest of the bad. He's the big bad guy. How could you not like him?
That's true.
How could you not like him? He's so cool. Plus, in Rise of Skywalker, when he absolutely dubsteps the sky, it's so cool. I think that was like my single favorite part of that entire movie. It's so funny. But No, my number 3, Palpatine.
All right. Turn me up. My number 3 slot easily is going to go to Clone Trooper Slick. Slick is the one that we did not see.
Slick's the traitor?
No, I'm just kidding. So my number 3 slot is going to go to General Krell.
I'm going to be honest with you for a second. I really thought that you were serious when you said Slick, and I was about to looking at Jacob because I'm about to diss on you. All right, go ahead.
No, I'm playing. So my number 3 is going to go to Krell. I hate Krell. Krell is one of my it's one of those villains in Star Wars that it's like you just absolutely hate, because there's villains in Star Wars that they create that you can sympathize with at certain points and you can understand their point of view. But Krell is not one of those characters. You hate him right off the rip. He's just so rude, he's evil, and he just doesn't care about anything. I mean, and then the fact that, in spoilers for the Clone Wars, I guess if you haven't seen it, that he's end up working on the side for Dooku and on purposely trying to screw up the whole assault on Umbara is really messed up. And then the part where the clones end up killing each other because he makes them is arguably one of the saddest scenes in the Clone Wars ever.
It breaks my heart every time I watch it.
No, it does. And every time I see him on the screen, I'm like,
Pause. I thought this was a list of our favorite villains.
Yeah, he's a good villain.
Oh.
I like him as a villain. I hate him as a character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He is a good villain that
Every
I
word that you said was, I hate him. I was I'm so confused.
Okay.
At the end of my list,
Yeah.
after we go through, I picked the 3 most intimidating major villains. But I am later on, I'll give what I was gonna have as my runner-ups, because the people that I picked as my runner-ups were very minor in comparison to my list. So
Yeah. But yeah, so I guess that's my justification with it. Krell is a really good villain in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. So now it's my turn for my number 2.
Yes.
My number 2 goes to the one, the only, Lord Vader.
Ooh.
Okay, bro, listen. I wasn't gonna put him on my list at first for my top 3 villains, but then I thought about it and I was like, dude, Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker.
Facts.
So I just seeing how that story plays out and how fleshed out it is, you literally see him from the age of 9
Yep.
to his death.
Mm-hmm.
And then even after his death, he still, as Darth Vader, still has an influence on the galaxy, enough to influence Kylo Ren to want to be like his grandfather. Everyone knows who Darth Vader is 30 years later.
Yep.
Everybody knows. He's still fresh in everybody's minds.
Yep.
So I think that alone, just his influence on the franchise. Not to mention, he's probably the most iconic villain in any movie ever.
Yep. 100%. Easily. His
power level, insane.
Infinite range!
And I'm up. But I think that Vader is everything that embodies a good villain, not just in Star Wars, but in any sort of media. He's intimidating. He is very, very good at fighting. He's very smart. He's a good pilot. Everything about him makes him intimidating. Whether you're fighting him in hand-to-hand combat or in space or just mind games, basically. I think that Vader is truly deserving of the number 2 spot on my list.
All right.
My number 2, my number 1 are tied.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with Grand Admiral Thrawn first.
Okay.
Now, this is looking at him from the perspective of the show Rebels, because if I'm going with the perspective of the books, he is kind of an anti-hero. Yeah. He is the good guy. But from Rebels' point of view, he's a bad guy. And probably from the Ahsoka show's point of view, whenever that comes out, he will be a bad guy. Probably. Which I'm very excited for. But, no, Thrawn is just... The way that he's just art. And now he just knows you. I just find it incredible. It's kind of it's a superpower that's believable within, the realm of possibility within Star Wars. It doesn't make him too overpowered. It's just the fact that he has a very analytical mind. I can really appreciate it in the way that he's just an expert tactician. Plus, I think his smugness and his smooth tone is absolutely hilarious.
And he's also so unique as a Star Wars villain.
I remember the first time that we were watching Rebels together with my family, my dad absolutely despised Thrawn because he was like, he's so smug. Why is he always talking like that? But no, Thrawn is probably like one of my favorite characters of all time. So like, yeah, he's on this list.
Yeah. I was going to definitely say, especially with like Book to Rebels, Thrawn. Book Thrawn is all like, I will work for the betterness of my people and to help them all succeed. And then in Rebels, he's like, I will kill them all at the cost of my crew.
He's like, that kid, kill him.
Your city,
Gone.
it will be destroyed.
Mm-hmm. He's like, because in the books, he's like, we will do this with limited casualties. In Rebels, he's like, I will burn this city to the ground.
Thrawn is, we all simp for Thrawn, I
Yes.
think. We are all big Thrawn fans here.
Mm-hmm.
Thrawn is very, very good. All right, so moving on, I guess, to like my number 2 spot specifically, this is where I'm going to put Darth Maul. Darth Maul is so cool.
Okay.
I mean, Jacob and I have really loved him ever since we were little. Jacob, I would say in a sense, loves him a whole lot more than I do, but I still really enjoy his character with Ray Park. Isn't that the dude's name?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you didn't say anything, and I was like...
Get Ray parked.
No. I've really enjoyed his character a lot. He's unique because he has the first double lightsaber you've ever seen on screen, and everything else about him is just so cool. Even in the Clone Wars, just seeing like his ultimate like rise to power again, going from being like a crazy dude who fell down the ditch to then seeing what we see in season 7, where he's just, honestly, boss, overpowered. He's so cool.
I'm glad he got a hallway scene.
Yeah, he used the hallway to kill people. It wasn't just he was in a hallway killing people.
Destroyed the hyperdrive by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Maul is like, he was stepping up to like some Starkiller level force abilities in that last episode.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. Which, I mean, like, I agree with, but you also have to understand that, like, Maul as a character has developed enough to do that.
Maul is so extremely strong with the dark side of the Force.
Yes.
There is no going back for Maul.
Yeah.
There is no pull to the light. Mm-hmm. He is consumed by the dark side, so he knows how to utilize it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the other thing as well is that, like, he's so invested with the darkness that it becomes his downfall, and he works so hard again to be, like, the wannabe for Sidious again, because he's jealous of Vader, and that, like, why he would get rid of him and then replace him with Dooku and then Savage and then all these other apprentices, when he's all like, I'm your best apprentice, why would you never
tell this man to
take
stop
me?
playing footsie with me.
Jacob, you gotta stop. And you gotta stop kicking the chair in the floor.
That's what I was
because the
trying to get
mic
him
is
to stop.
picking it up.
Yeah.
R.I.P. or audio listeners.
People with ADHD, am I right?
You just discriminated an entire demographic.
But no, I really feel like that's why Maul makes the number 2 on my list. And okay, quick disclaimer as well, now that I'm thinking about it. I was originally going to include Jango Fett on my list. And I know, Tom, you can leave, you can, you and Lukeness and everybody else can, Jango Fett's bad. Boo-hoo.
I don't think he's bad, I just don't think he's deserving of a top 3 list.
Of a top 3 list. No, because him and Boba Fett can both kind of work for the good of things.
Yeah.
They're not total evil people.
Yeah.
They'll do evil things, but they're doing it.
Money.
I'm a simple man trying to make a living in the galaxy.
Yeah, man.
I want money.
So, I'm gonna get on with my number 1. My number 1, Darth Revan.
Oh.
No, not actually.
I was like, you are not actually saying Revan. I was like, this fella. Now we have all the KOTOR and Old Republic people like Justin who are going to be in our chat like, every time I watch this show, you younglings discourage Revan every time.
All right. On some real stuff though. My number 1, Starkiller.
Oh.
No, not actually.
I was
Dude,
like, bro,
stop faking me out!
this fella full of capery today.
Well, you know, this dude hasn't been on the podcast in 3 weeks, so he doesn't know I'm joking when I say that. I've been slandering those two characters
Revan and
every single
Starkiller
week.
every week. It's a tradition now.
I like Starkiller.
My number 1 spot goes to Palpatine.
Okay.
Before Thrawn, Palpatine was my favorite villain in Star Wars. Palpatine just embodies pure evil. And the thing that I love about Palpatine, he enjoys being evil.
Yeah.
Like in the fight with Yoda in episode 3, when he's confronting Luke in episode 6.
He's just
like,
having fun.
When he's even in episode 9. In episode 9, he's a little bit more like hateful than he is in the other movies. But like he's still like, he just enjoys destroying things.
Yep.
And just knowing that he's the most powerful man in the room.
Yep.
His ability to manipulate people is insane. The fact that he took like a near 20-year plan to rise to power in the Senate, to become chancellor, and become the emperor ultimately, is insane.
And
the patience that takes is insane. And I love Palpatine as a villain. He is, like I said, just pure evil. It's so much fun to watch Palpatine just be evil. And I just, every time he's on screen, I could watch the movies a million times. And every time he's on screen, I just am enjoying it. So Palpatine is, indeed, my number 1 spot for the best Star Wars villain in Star Wars.
Turn it up.
My number 1 spot is going to Darth Maul. Darth Maul has always been one of my favorite characters ever since I was a little kid. I have a really stupid looking mask on the wall of Darth Maul. No, it's pinned there.
Oh, okay.
I got that. I remember I had like Darth Maul's lightsaber when I was a kid.
You got that for Valentine's Day.
I know. I was not
that.
expecting that character arc. I had the Darth Maul like like the biography style books that they did that like before the Clone Wars came out. And then when they like were like, oh yeah, by the way, Maul's back in Clone Wars, my little heart went, what? I absolutely love Darth Maul. Probably just because I love the character that's doomed to fail. It's just like, it's one of those, it's
the
like
Sisyphus character.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
It's like
rolling a boulder up a hill for all eternity.
Yeah, it's kind of, because like one of my favorite Marvel characters as well is Loki, and he plays the same role. He's only there to better other people, but like they're still cool as hell while they do it. So it's like Darth Maul, like seeing him in Clone Wars Season 7 in that final episode when he's just like, the wall is just, it's so cool. It's just like, it's one of those things that just makes me sit there and just like, no. And then his character design is like really, really cool. It's unique. It's over the top in a way. And it's just like, it was like the behind the scenes of episode 1 when George Lucas is looking at it and he's like, I think this is too much.
Yeah, well, he needs to be just evil,
He just looks spooky. And then speaking of spooky, he's quite spooky. He's quite the spookiest character in Star Wars. And then Sam Witwer does a phenomenal job voicing him.
Yep.
Like so much emotion, so much power, so much rage. It's so cool. Especially coming from like somebody that I love like heavy metal, especially like death metal. So I love that like low, gravelly, just screaming. And then that's basically his entire personality. I love it. I feel like Darth Maul could really take off as a heavy metal musician.
Oh
Oopsie,
my
oopsie,
lord.
Oopsie.
I'm
knocking over.
Oopsie. Jacob, it's fun.
For the audio listeners, Jackson just whipped my Lego set off the table. Is it broken?
a little bit.
This man just whipped my Lego Slave 1 off the table.
My finger slipped. You know what? Get a taste of your own medicine. Get a taste of your own
I set them
medicine.
nicely on the table. You whipped it on the ground. Give me that. Give me that.
Sorry.
Oh no.
I didn't mean to.
I don't know how to fix it.
I don't know what broke.
Oh no.
Oh no. Our table is broken. Can you knocking over Vader?
Oh no! Our slave 1 is broken!
Oh, I hate you so much.
I can't breathe, my stomach hurts. That was not planned.
Dude, just watching it fly off the table was one of the most surreal moments of my existence.
Oh man!
My jaw just hung.
And then I still go, and I was like,
Okay, audio listeners, tune into YouTube at the timestamp of around 40 minutes to see that. Oh no.
All right. So
One of my favorite villain
All
of
right.
all time is Darth Maul.
And I can respect Darth Maul as a number one choice.
Yes.
I can respect that.
No, I'm gonna lay this flat now.
Oh my god.
Just because I'm
All
afraid
right.
what you're gonna
All right.
do.
All right. So Jackson, what's your number one?
my number one villain, I would guess, yeah. I feel like my list really isn't in a particular order, so I can't really judge them by that way. But my number one slot then would have to go to Kylo Ren, just because.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say Kylo Ren because in the middle of this, I switched up a bunch of my choices based off what you guys said because Darth Vader was going to be on my list.
Really?
I will say it because I think he's the perfect villain. He's a perfect hero transitioning to a villain. But I thought Jacob was going to say Kylo Ren. So that's why I was like, whoa.
Clonko Ron.
Clonko Ron. Don't get me wrong. He's like one of my favorite characters in all of Star Wars right now. But Darth Maul's just really cool, so can't diss
Yeah.
with a Darthy.
No, I really like Kylo Ren's arc of a wannabe Vader so much. And I mean, I really like just how he's unstable. He isn't like a very perfect character to begin with. He's just mad all the time. His outfit, amazing. His lightsaber.
Unhinged is a good word to describe
Yeah.
Kylo Ren.
I agree on that. Everybody hated the lightsaber in the trailer. They're like, Disney ruined Star Wars. The lightsaber, he's gonna cut his head.
I don't understand how you couldn't like that design.
No, it was
It's
freaking
because
awesome.
the dumb thing is that everybody was arguing it from a practical point of view. They're like, you're gonna cut your hand off with that. I'm like, bro, we are talking about a universe where a beam of plasma light stops. That is not practical. That is impossible, at least from our technology at this current time. But you cannot stop light, and you're gonna talk about he's gonna cut his hand on the mythical plasma sword. Shut up. Shut up.
Hey man,
Shut up.
Jacob, I've been making points like this for the past few weeks. I'm glad
Yeah.
we're on the same wavelength here, because
Yeah.
I'm just saying, dude, like, there are things that Star Wars fans complain about
From a practical point of view.
from a practical point of view, and then they'll turn around and talk about how other unpractical things are the coolest thing in the world. Aside from that,
Yeah,
It's
aside
fiction.
from that.
It's fiction for a reason.
Everything about Kylo Ren is iconic. The way he sounds, his helmet, the voice changer in
Yeah.
it too. It's really cool. He has some really epic scenes in the sequels, I feel like, as well. That makes him one of the most likable characters from it. And then he does have his redemption arc where he learns his true purpose and what he can do, and he doesn't need to be a slave to Snoke or being a wannabe all the time,
yeah. Now, if I had to pick 3 runner-ups that are more minor characters,
Okay.
I would go Pong Krell,
Yep.
Rook from Rebels.
Oh.
I really like him because he just gives me that same vibe
I
like you were
hate
talking
Rook.
about with Pong Krell. He makes me angry
Really?
because he's so he's such a pest in
He is.
Rebels. He's such a pest and he never goes away.
I hate looking at him in Rebels, and I hated reading about him. I was like, the entire time.
I like him, honestly. I hope they make a Black Series figure of him. He'd be cool.
That would be neat.
And then I really like Dr. Nouveau Vindy. The Blue
Blue
Shadow
Shadow
Virus.
Virus.
Yeah. Dude, he's so he's just so wacky.
Yeah,
You are
that does-
doomed, young Jedi.
Yeah. I guess if I had to give an honorable mention to right off the top of my head, Dooku was originally going to be on my list. I really think
Ooh,
Dooku's
Dooku's another. Dooku is so underrated in Star
Oh,
Wars.
100%.
Just because he's old.
Yeah.
Just because, you guys, ageism, not it.
Well, I wasn't really going to say that. I mean, it's just I don't even feel like it's maybe just the fact that he's old. There's so many good villains in Star Wars. I was going to say.
There are. Pinning down my top 3 was I really had to think about
Yes,
it.
I did too.
I think my runner-ups are probably going to be
I
Darth
didn't finish
Vader.
mine.
Oh.
I was only off the top of my head, I was going to say Pre Vizsla.
Okay.
Oh, he's a really... I forgot about him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
he was also going to be on my list, but then I had to be like,
Ooh, Gar Saxon makes me mad, too.
Mm,
Especially in Rebels.
yeah.
That man, he dry scoops pre-workout. You know he does.
And don't don't forget about Savage Press.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Holy
Savage
crap!
is good.
Now they're all
Savage
coming to me.
is good.
Now they're all coming to me.
Bro, don't take my runner-ups before I can say it. I was gonna say Darth Vader definitely.
Mm-hmm.
General Grievous.
Yeah.
And then Ventress is
Yeah.
one of my runner-ups. I like how in the Clone Wars Ventress is so like stupid flirty.
She's
Like,
the bald-headed harpy.
Yeah, while she's fighting, she's just like, Kenobi, you're looking quite fine today. I find it so funny. And the fact that Obi-Wan always responds with like the most respectful way possible, I just think it's a hilarious arc. Plus Ventress is just a really cool character.
Mm-hmm.
She is. She's also really fleshed out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She's like evil Ahsoka because she got the 2 lightsabers.
She's the antithesis of Ahsoka.
Yeah,
True.
But then they end up coming
Together.
towards the end of the show, or I read Dark Disciple,
I have to read it still, so don't say it.
and I will not. All I'll say is that her and Ahsoka are on similar paths.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that wraps up our segment for our weekly topic. Drop down in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. Let us know who are your top 3 Star Wars villains. It could be who you think the best villains are, or who your favorite villains are.
Or, if you want to be even better than the average Joe, hop in our Discord and talk about it there. We have like a nice growing community of like around like 13 people
If you
now.
say Starkiller or Revan, I will delete your comment. Just kidding. I won't do that. I won't do that.
Yeah, we have our own jokes and slander in the Discord, which is a ton of fun. So,
Yeah, the Discord's a lot of fun. I have had some good belly laughs.
Yes.
On that, so join that. It's a lot of fun. We have a blast.
We got different channels. We now just implemented a voice channel so you can actively just talk to each other like a phone call. We implemented a buy-sell trade channel. So if you're looking for a certain figure in general, if you want to trade one, or if you want to get rid of a couple figures from your collection, you can do it there, and everybody will be reasonably fair with the pricing, and you're not going to get gouged like you would on eBay or Mercari.
We're
or
not.
like
We're gonna be kind of hands off with that, but we're
Yes.
also gonna kind of meaty.
What fell?
Scared me.
Oh, the proto.
Dude, my heart drops when I hear that sound. I was in the bathroom yesterday, and I had just the other day I rearranged a bunch of stuff in my collection, and I heard an avalanche, and I just went out loud. I went, "Oh God, no!" And then I went and I peeked around the corner, and I went, like 10 figures fell over.
No.
And I hate when you have to try to pinpoint which figure
Caused
Who did
caused the domino
Who
effect.
did it?
Because then it's like, okay, now I gotta repose this figure. But this last one, I couldn't figure it out. So
Figure it out.
figure it out.
Yeah, but
Did you see on the last episode? I'm claiming this out of the basement. On the last episode that they posted, where they went to that toy fair.
that was 2 weeks ago.
Well, I watched it yesterday. Sorry,
We
boys.
watched it yesterday.
They picked up a elite squad trooper, and Justin was like, "It's from the Bad Batch." I was like, "That's our thing. That's our thing."
I like that we can spread trends like the Michael Jackson or the Bad Batch. Or making fun of me for not being able to pose a basic figure because the one that I got was really trash.
Anyways.
I'm joking.
So, no, we will be pretty hands-off with the buy-sell trade.
Yep.
But
Unless it
if-
gets bad. Unless
if
something happens.
if
Yes.
you feel like you got scammed or something, reach out to one of us and let us know.
Yeah, like DM.
We trust everybody in the Discord, though. Everybody's really friendly and really nice, and it's for the most part, it's a group of collectors.
Exactly.
So-
and our community is so small right now to the fact where I feel like we do have that luxury of being more like hands off. I pinned my one message in that chat so you can see it, just basically talking about like if you post or you're interested in something, DM the other user.
Yeah,
Like talk that way, set up the mode of like exchange for currency and whatnot.
yeah.
But like beyond that, we're not gonna like monitor it well, you know, unless something really does happen.
Yeah, unless like there becomes a ring of scams happening within that Discord, then we might have to shut down the channel.
Then I'm gonna become a keyboard warrior.
Or we'll have a stern talking to whoever's being the
Hey
bully.
man, don't do that next time.
Hey man.
Slap on the wrist, let you back out. I'm joking.
But yeah, so join the Discord. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun in there. So
Yes.
let's get into our most
Weekly
angering
pick,
segment, the Wax series, real quick.
Yep.
Before we talk, weekly pickups. There isn't really any Wax Series news.
Other than everything got pushed back.
If you pre-ordered anything from Pulse, more than likely, if your order hasn't already been delayed to December, it's been delayed to at least December.
Yep.
There's stuff being delayed to like March, April, May even.
Which is outrageous.
I was pretty fed up with... I've been fed up with Pulse. I have some existing pre-orders with them from like the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I had pre-ordered the Force FX Darksaber back in January of 2021. And I saw that Amazon put it up for sale, discounted from retail price. And I'm still waiting for my full price pre-order from Pulse. So I just canceled my order, bought it from Amazon, and you'll see that next week.
I was gonna say, you gotta bring that on the show.
It's gonna be. I saw some dude on TikTok showing it off, and dude, it looks so good. I'm so excited.
The Force
to get
FX is 1,000 times better than the Disney one right now, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Just because their blades are getting better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the Wax Series.
If you ordered something, no, you didn't.
If you ordered something, if I'm being honest, like like collector to collector, the top two places that I order from are GameStop is really reliable. And then on top of that, GameStop has like a rewards program. So every order that you do through GameStop, you get points, which you can.
I hate GameStop. Sorry.
You hate GameStop?
That's a conversation for another day.
Lame.
I like GameStop's figure stuff now.
I've had a lot of good experience with GameStop. My figures, I've only ever had a figure get delayed a week or two. What's going on, Jackson?
The audio.
The audio might be gone.
Oh,
no,
there
okay.
it is.
There it is.
Okay.
Holy cow.
Holy crap. I was almost like, oh no.
We'd have to use the camera audio.
No, not again!
But, yeah, I recommend GameStop. And then another one that's reliable is Amazon is a lot more straightforward with you with like delays and stuff.
Yeah. Be careful on Amazon as well, because there are the third-party merchants that will sell Black Series figures, and so like that's a huge thing. Like, man, that's a really big thing I hate now with like Target and Walmart is they've incorporated third parties.
Just check to see. The best way is to just check and see if it says bought and sold by Amazon.
Yep.
Then you're actually buying something for a reasonable price.
Yep, I agree.
But
this felt like about to catch some hands in a minute. I'll shove over your slave one again.
Whoa! This man is sociopath right now. Hey, man, hey, chill. So yeah, and then if like there's third party stuff, I think that Mercari is a really good place to buy and sell stuff because you can message people directly.
Yeah.
So it's good to try to have a conversation and barter that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then also I've had really good experiences with just like some fan channels. I would call those third party.
Mm-hmm. I use Dorkside.
Fan channels can be hit and miss, but for the most part, like they're very straightforward with you.
But then here's the thing, especially that I fear going forward with HasCon and everything else, is that it's like specifically we could potentially pre-order an item or get an item and it won't even be here yet because of the whole shipping stuff. And my thing with the fan channels are great. Dorkside, Entertainment Earth, Big Bad, your holy trinity of the fan channels. So like if they get a delay, it's straight up not their fault. It's literally they are waiting for the product to get to them, you know? So it's like you honestly cannot be mad if Dorkside or a lot of these other places are like, oh, we don't have your order in yet. It's because they didn't get the shipment in yet. You know, they're not Pulse making and distributing the product to all these other people, you know? So the other thing with those as well is honestly, you just have to have patience. Like I ordered Ventress, Grievous, and a new body Stormtrooper all in July, and they were supposed to come out 2 months ago. And their pre-orders just keep renewing and saying, oh, they'll come out next month. Oh, they'll come out next month. And it's like, it's frustrating a little bit that I'm not getting the figures now, but I have them pre-ordered and I'm going to get them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, you just gotta wait.
Unless it's through Walmart. Then you might pre-order it and not get it.
Or Target, where you'll just wake up in the morning and you'll have an email that came at 3 a.m. saying, "Hey, we canceled your order. We don't know why we canceled your order. We just did.
Yep.
Sorry."
buddy.
Like how Canada gets all the new Bad Batch figures and we don't yet.
And that's I
We
guess
need
that's,
to be hitting up you-know-who to see if he can see anything
we have contacts
in Canada.
over
We
the
have spies over the border. We're gonna get those Black Series figures one way or another. Cringe.
But yeah, so I think that about wraps up our Wax Series segment for this week.
And now,
I actually HasCon's coming up.
Yes,
next
HasCon
week.
will be next week.
So I really wanted to give my predictions for HasCon because I think that it's going to be a lot of stuff.
I think they're gonna reveal Star Wars figures.
Ready? Here's my list. Here's my list. Ready?
All right. Turn it up.
First up, we're gonna get reveals for the Rancor. I think that HasLab is a must.
Yep.
Secondly, I think that we're gonna get some other than the HasCon exclusive reveals. Those are guaranteed.
Yeah, those are guaranteed. Those will happen.
I think that we're gonna get some Galaxy Packaging and New Hope figures. I think that it's gonna be Ponda Baba, Dr. Evazan, that Leia figure, the Celebration Leia.
Wasn't that teased before that we would get that?
That we would get common releases for those.
Yeah.
I think that they're gonna do like kind of like Rogue One, a wave. That's my prediction.
That would make sense.
I also predict that I don't think we're gonna see the next. It's weird to say because I want to see like Cobb Vanth and Fennec Shand and I want to see Nomad Boba.
Yeah.
But then there's also that next wave that's coming out that Yak Face tease with like the Death Watch Mandalorian and all that stuff.
Yeah. But then what if they release? Well, they talk about a common wave and then a bunch of these other pipelined figures
That's what I
become
mean.
exclusive.
I think that that's what they'll do.
Yeah.
And I
could
think that
very well
everyone
be
will have to
like,
dash around at 1:00 the next day on 9 different sites trying to
I
get
agree.
every figure.
My bank is gonna hate me and not let me buy everything.
But yeah, and then I think that there will probably be a helmet reveal and probably like maybe a Force FX Darksaber reveal or lightsaber reveal.
Weren't they gonna like show off? No, they already showed off Rey. Sorry. Well,
They did show it off physically.
so I don't feel like there would be another.
And that's really it for like predictions from me. I think
Yeah.
that it's going to be a really exciting con. We also are going to be live streaming when we find out when the Star Wars portion is. We'll post it in our Discord and we'll post it on our social media. So if you don't follow us on Instagram or Twitter, follow us on there to get like updates on things like that. We're going to be doing it with some fellow creators.
if we can and their schedules allow it.
Some of them are
Yeah.
we'll be doing like a conglomerate type thing. So it'll be a lot of fun. We'll do like a live reactions and then a discussion afterwards.
Yes.
So be sure to tune in for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's just real quick. I wanted to get that
Okay.
out of the
Yep. That's it. Okay.
way. Weekly pickups.
Sure
Weekly
thing.
pickups.
You want to go first? 'Cause you
Sure.
haven't been here.
I've been sitting on this for the past 2 weeks. It is.
Now it's sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was an accident.
Can we get a replay? But no, this is the new Slave 1 set. It's falling apart.
It was one stud.
It was a stud. I'll just.
hey, please, Tommy, get it.
There you go, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
But no, this is the new Slave 1 set for the Mandalorian, and quite frankly, it's a pretty cool set.
Gotta move the ad.
It's a lot smaller. I have the 2011 Slave 1, and it's like a fraction of the size, but it is really cool. It comes with 2 minifigures. It comes with Beskar Mando, and also comes like with this little stand build, which I think is kind of stupid, but
I thought it looked fine.
it looks kind of dumb. But it's a little added value. It comes with Beskar Mando, and then it comes with an exclusive, brand new Boba Fett with a new paint. But my question is, why doesn't the paint on his body match the paint on his head? It looks really stupid, in my opinion. I love the body. The helmet kills it for me, because it's the old helmet. They didn't do anything different. It doesn't look like they did anything different, other than they changed the paint apps on, like, part of the visor. But it should have been a darker green all around, because that's how it is in the show, and they stuck with this kind of seafoam green color for him. So, I mean, Lego, I say it every time I talk about your products. Do better. But, no, the rest of the build was pretty good. It's a pretty compact build. As you can see, Jackson dropped it, and the only thing that fell off was just a little piece of the wing. So it's not that bad. It's a sturdy build. It's great for kids because they can drop it and it won't break.
Sorry.
But No, it's solid build. Play features. It has the stud shooters on the side, and then the wings move. They're supposed to really kind of like scoot, like when you move it, but it's not
Like
doing
gravity.
that right. Yeah, it's supposed to be gravity fed, but because somebody dropped it, it's not doing that right now.
Hey, shut up.
And also in the back, it has a little slot for a like it's a pagan carbonite. But this is one of the carbonite pieces, I believe, from the Razor Crest set, which is kind of like if you're into collecting the stickers of Lego, which some people are, it's the cheapest way to get this sticker now. So, yeah, that is the Lego Slave One, or Boba Fett's starship as labeled on the box. Haha, I'm saying that.
I just wanted to grab Peter because I know David Edge was asking where Peter was
Peter hasn't got that much
last
love
episode.
recently.
Peter is not, dude. Poor Peter, dude.
Poor Peter.
Gator.
Gator.
All right,
Inside joke.
Jackson's got some pickups.
All right, so this first one is one oh sure, I'll go over this one
Here's
first.
Tee Trooper.
So this is one that I picked up specifically over, well, literally yesterday. This is for reference, out of box for reference. I picked up the in-box Orange Line Stormtrooper, the old body. I know last week I specifically stated that now we have every orange, blue, and red and black box. But for the, yes we do. Why are you shaking your head? No.
Not all of them in box, but
Well, that's the part that I was getting to. We don't have all the orange and the blue line figures in the box specifically. We have all of them, just not in the with their boxes specifically. So this was relatively cheap. Picked it up from a local toy shop near me. So it was very, very good just because Jacob and I were walking around and they literally threw it right on the shelf and we were like, ooh, because it was going to be good for the overall collection to begin with. But there's only a couple that we don't have for the orange and the blue that are in the box. I think it's like Anakin is one because we have Anakin out of box.
Anakin's like,
but he's
stupid
so hard to
money.
find. And that's the other thing as well. We're not going to like bend over backwards trying to get all of them in the box. It's like we have the figure. You know what I mean?
if we find it and it's like not $1 billion, why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
for sure. And that was the justification with this one. This was relatively cheap. It was a really good price. And then the other one that we have is one that my dad picked up from the Out of the Basement Buy Sell Trade Discord, which is also where we got the
That's another Discord
idea to
you
do
should
ours.
join.
Yes, join Out of the Basements. They're a very good community. It is a custom Phase 1 clone trooper painted to be the 501st. It is not movie accurate, but it is still really, really cool.
It's really nice. The paint on it's really, really good. There's just a couple parts on it where it's a bit scuffed or it's a bit
It was
washed
only
out.
$20. So
But-
it was like, oh, $20 for a custom figure that's
It's on the
somebody made.
501st body. It's modeled to look like
What do you mean
the
by the 501st body?
it's the
50
original 501st figure, Jackson.
Oh, okay. I was so confused when you were saying that at first. I see exactly what you mean now.
but no, it's on the 501st body. It's just the head is painted. It's made to look like the Hot Toys 501st.
I don't
Yes.
have it with me.
Oops.
Yeah, because I was going to say, it's the same paint apps as the
The,
Hot Toy.
the figure's pretty cool. My only grievance with it is the head is sticky, and I do not know why.
It's just in the back. It's probably some of
The
paint
head
that he used.
is sticky. It is very weird. But
It's a really cool figure nonetheless. Easy true builder. And if you haven't seen on Kylo Collector specifically, you got to be looking out at your local Ollies if you have one.
If anybody
near
has an
you.
Ollie's bargain outlet,
go there.
they have a
Go
ton
there.
of Black Series figures. Recently,
Yes.
I mean, ours still has Jar Jar Binks.
Yep.
You'll find, if anybody out there, I don't know anyone that is, if you're looking for Janna or Val from
Yeah.
Solo, they have those normally.
like $1 billion.
They've got Moloch from Solo now.
Yep.
And then they should be getting in soon. Ours hasn't gotten any
Yeah.
yet, but they should be getting in the Phase 1 Clone Trooper Lieutenant, the
Yes.
Walgreens exclusive.
That was the word on the street from Kylo Collector. Somebody in Kentucky ended up finding that at their Ollies for only $2.99. So if you're able to find those are quite literally the easiest army builders that you can get. It's on the new Phase 1 clone body, which is really nice. And then Kylo Collector also posted...
It's not.
What's
The
up?
Lieutenant is on the old body.
It's on the old body?
Yeah.
Pardon me then. Sorry. I thought it was.
Stupid.
What kind of collector are you?
How do you not know this?
At any rate. So the other new drops that are coming to Walgreens, well, not Walgreens, sorry, Ollie's right now, could potentially be Episode 2 Padme Amidala in the red and black box, as well as the Battle Droid,
Droids.
and then Mace Windu, and then the Riot First Order Trooper. Those might be hitting soon. Somebody in Maryland found those yesterday.
Yep.
So
check
checking
Ollie's.
up on your
So
Ollie's.
go to
we have an
Ollie's.
Ollie's right by where we work. So
That
we're
store
just gonna...
might be dirty. It might smell musty, but there might be a deal in there for you. So do
Dude.
not be scared.
Don't be intimidated by the looks of Ollie's. They have good deals on everything they have.
It's just dirty in
Don't buy
there.
the food. Don't buy the food.
Don't buy the food.
I always
Don't buy
buy
the
the food,
food.
and I've
Don't buy the
never had a
food.
problem.
Don't buy the food. Don't buy the food.
Anyway.
Don't buy the food.
I think we're good. Is that it for the week?
I think that's it.
I feel like it is.
This has been... I'll let you do the outro.
This has been the 1313 podcast, the most mediocre podcast in the Star Wars universe. I'm Jacob.
I'm Jackson.
And I'm Tommy. And
Listen-
this is Peter.
That's Peter.
Peter!
Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music. Tune in on YouTube. Subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, tell us your favorite villains, and join us on the Discord.
Yep.
Just have a nice conversation with people.
We can have some Discord.
Imagine a place. And we will see you all in the next episode. Bye! Oh.